Good morning, children. Hope you are staying safe at home. And today we are going to see a very important lesson, and this lesson is about water. From a drop to the ocean, okay, from a raindrop to the ocean, and how can we keep the water around us safe for everyone? Is this the concept of the lesson? And we cannot live in no human being or any organism in this secular world cannot live without a drop of water. So it is very vital for our survival. So about this water only we are going to see in detail. In this lesson we are going to see about fresh water is available to us every day. How fresh water is available for us in our day-to-day life. And next one, we're going to explore the ways in which available fresh water can be purified for our use. So these are the important things that we are going to see in our topic. So they have given some puzzles and activities, and we can see it in our after you come to school. Water is a part of our everyday life, and we use water for different purposes such as drinking, cleaning, washing, bathing, etc. Definitely water is a very important thing for our survival. Plants and animals also need water to live. Not only human beings, plants and animals also need water for their survival. Living things have used water since the beginning of the life on earth. From the beginning that the life begins in the earth, water plays a vital role. Let us learn about how water is constantly available for us on earth and the ways which can we make it for our use. So, water in different states of matter. So, if it is in ice, it is in solid state. If it is in liquid form, it is in liquid state, and after it evaporates, it is in the gaseous form. The heat from the sun causes water to change from liquid state to gas, okay. The water in the ocean, sea, lake, everything will be absorbed and it become water vapor because of the hot sun. Liquid water evaporates from all water bodies on earth such as oceans, ponds, lakes and rivers, as I have said now. This causes the water level in these water bodies to decrease because all the water, some amount of water is being evaporated, and because of this solar energy, the water amount is being decreasing in the oceans, rivers, lakes, etc. However, ever wondered what happens to the water that get evaporated? What happens to the evaporated water? It will go to the sky and become clouds. See here, the water that evaporates as a gas from the water bodies rises into the sky. Okay, the water vapor from the water bodies will get evaporated and it will go into the sky. It is then cools down and then condenses to form water droplets of water. There it gets cooled down and it becomes water droplets. These droplets join to form clouds. Okay, water clouds, the droplets of water are called as clouds. When the water droplets in the clouds become larger enough, the water falls back on earth. Okay, when more amount of water droplets are get together and it will fall on the earth as rain. Depending upon how cold it is around the clouds, the water can fall back as rain, snow or hail. Okay, as it becomes colder, it will fall as rain or it fall as snow or it fall as hail. This process is called as precipitation. Okay, the forming of cloud and giving the water droplets again as rain is called as precipitation. Rain is the liquid form of precipitation. Hail means snowfall. Okay, hail is a solid form of precipitation. Hailstones are big pieces. Have you seen what is that? A big pieces of raindrops will form. Okay, it is like a stone that can cause damage to the cars, roofs and other objects when they fall. Okay, we have seen some hailstone rain. Snow is also a kind of solid form of precipitation. It is usually formed as soft, dry, powdered flakes on water. Hail is like a big stone. Snow is like a powdered ice. Rain fills up the water bodies of the earth. It also seeps into the soil and collects as groundwater. Okay, rain will fall from the clouds and it will again fill the water bodies, and also it fills the ground and it makes the groundwater, which is good for drinking water purpose. Snow usually gets collected on mountain tops and other places where it falls. Okay, snowfall will be in the mountain areas. During summer, the snow melts and fills the water bodies such as lakes and rivers. The process by which water gets stored on the earth is called as collection. Okay, water will fall from the clouds and that process is called as collection. The water collected in the water bodies is then directed to our homes and made us available to us. Okay, the rainwater is saved by lakes, wells. Okay, so we can use it for our domestic purposes. Thus, water continually changes from one state to another state and keep going between earth and atmosphere. From earth it gets absorbed and it forms the clouds, and from the clouds it comes again to the earth. Okay, there is a link between earth and atmosphere because of the cycle of water vapor, rain, storm, hailstones, water, snowfall, etc. This process called as water cycle. See here, this is the very important form. Condensation, see here, the water is get evaporated because of the sunlight and it get condensed, and this condensed cloud will form as rain and it will come again to the water bodies. So this is the water cycle. Any water that evaporates becomes a part of the water cycle. The water vapor that living things breathe out during the respiration and water expelled during exhalation is also a part of water cycle. We are inhaling the humidity, okay, humid air, and we are inhaling the water vapor and we are excreting the waste water as excreted products. Okay, so this is also a kind of water cycle. Water evaporates from the leaves of the plants during the process called transpiration. Okay, water is also absorbed by the plants and that process is called as transpiration. Hence, the amount of water on earth always remains the same. Okay, so as there is a cycle of water, it remains the same. So our planet Earth has limited amount of water. This water continuously changes from one state to another and keeps moving between the earth and atmosphere in the water cycle. This process makes water available to all living things on earth. Okay, so there is a water cycle between the water and the atmosphere. So this cycle will keep to balance the water content in our earth. We obtain water for our needs from several sources. Usually, how we can get water? Water is directed from natural sources such as rivers or lakes. Okay, we can fetch water. In ancient days, we can fetch water from rivers and lakes. But nowadays, they have been polluted, and we have to purify the water, and we have to use it for domestic purposes. Into our homes, offices and other buildings, we make use of this water through fittings such as taps and showers. Hence, a tap is considered as a source of water. See, we are using groundwater for our purpose, and we are using the water for our day-to-day activities. A few common sources of water used by living things are illustrated. See here, we are using tap. See here, all the living things, human beings are using the water for this purpose. Water often contains mud particles, dust and germs. What are the things soil is having, the same thing water is also having. They will be having dust particles, they will be having germs and dust particles. Okay, mud particles will be there in the water. The presence of such particles and germs makes the water dirty and unsuitable for use. Hence, they are called as impurities. The dust particles, germs and pollutants are called as impurities. It is important to remove the impurities in water. We have to remove the impurities in water before it is used. Using impure water for bathing can use us to fall sick. If we consume or if we use for our household activities, definitely that impure water will make us sick. So we have to purify the water and we have to use it. Okay. So how we have to purify the water? So there are some techniques which are used for purifying the water, and the first one is filtration. We have to filter the water. Okay. The process of using a porous material to remove solid impurities from liquids are called as filtration. If there are some stone particles or dust particles in the water, we can filter the water and we can use it. The material that is used for filtration process is called as a filter. When filtration and sedimentation can remove the soil impurities, so another process is called as sedimentation. Both filtration and sedimentation can separate the impurities from water, and drinking water with germs can cause several kind of diseases. So we cannot use the filtered or sedimented water, because for drinking purposes we have to use boiling water only, boiled water only. Boiling the water that we can drink helps us to solve this problem, because the impure water may having some germs and it will cause so many diseases in our body. So we have to boil the drinking water to destroy all the microorganisms in the drinking water, and after boiling only we have to consume the water, because we may have so many diseases because of this germs contaminated water. Okay. In this process, water is heated until the boil and then kept covered. When water is boiled, the heat in the water kills the germs in it. Another way in which heat is used to kill the germs in water is by exposing the water to sun. If we expose the water near the sunlight, because of the sunlight all the germs will be destroyed. The water in wells, ponds and lakes are naturally purified by sunlight. Okay. Water can be purified by methods such as sedimentation, decantation, filtration and boiling. The method chosen for purification usually depends on how the water will be used. Water is precious because life cannot exist without it. Okay, as I have told you already, water is very precious for our life. The water cycle ensures that water is available for our use. We know that little of the water available on earth is usable. Only little of the earth, our earth consists of 70% of water, but we cannot use all the water because all the water are salty in nature. Only very little amount of water is used for our consuming. However, many natural occurrences and human activity make the water dirty, make it difficult for all living things to use it. Human beings use many methods to clean water before using it. However, to ensure that all the living things have clean water, we must not pollute it and save it from being wasted. Okay? Human beings, we are polluting the water by so many things, by making the impure water to mix on the lakes, rivers, etc. And so many things we are doing, and we are wasting the water and we are polluting the water. We should avoid doing this. So as I told you, the water atmosphere and water there is a cycle of water, and it has been condensed, it has been cooled, and it gives us rain, and again it is water vapor is vaporized and get condensed, and again it is giving us rain. So in this lesson we have seen an important thing about water, and how we get the water, and how the water is being purified, and how we are using the water, what is collection, what is decantation, what is filter, what is filtration, what are the impurities seen in water, and what is precipitation, what is sedimentation, what is water cycle. Okay. So hope you have enjoyed this lesson, and if you have any doubt, don't hesitate to ask me, and I will give you some assessment regarding this in our WhatsApp group. Thank you.